All right.
And find us on Facebook if you have any difficulty getting in touch with us. Just message us.
All right, cool. Paul,
and check out their old films too.
Right on, man.
All right, Ryan, hit it one time. All right, and now we are running short on time, but I needs to know about American Made. How much running did Tom Cruise do? Adam Willis.
Well, that's a great question. Because I guess it's the only one that matters too. How much running did Tom Cruise do in this movie? Real quick, because we haven't got much time. But this movie was on its way to being really good, and then kind of just broke itself off and got all really weird. Yeah, this is basically I forget the guy's name. I have it written down.
Tom Cruise. Based on
Barry.
It's
based on Tom Cruise's actual life.
Bobby Seale, right?
Yes, Barry Seal.
Barry Seal, sorry. Bobby Seal.
Like he's a Black Panther.
Bobby Seal.
I was like, wait, I will see this now. I didn't know it was about the Black Panther.
I just lost so much respect.
Directed by Doug Liman, who directed Edge of Tomorrow, a bunch of great movies. Also, The Bourne Identity, directed the first one of that. Starring Tom Cruise, who plays Barry Seal. Yep. Barry Seal, real quick, is a guy who was an airline pilot who became a CIA operative who took pictures and flew over Central American communist cities and took pictures for the CIA. Then he became a drug runner for the Medellin cartel. Then he became a person transporter for that same group. Then he became a weapons runner, and then became somebody for an informant for the White House.
Talk about someone who couldn't find job satisfaction.
Exactly. And so he did all this in this movie, which is like about around 2 hours long. So he got through all these things at the same time. It's just like he's carried over by an extreme charisma that's played by Tom Cruise. But at the same time, what's the downfall of this movie is his motivations. You don't really know why this guy is doing it, and the movie doesn't really pay enough attention to like why he might actually be interested in doing all these things.
Really? Well, I thought the trailer seemed to hint that he's being coerced by people on all sides.
There's a lot of that, but at the same time, like he was a very willing participant in everything that ever happened. You know what I mean? And he makes the jokes like, I'm the kind of guy that leaps before looking at the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I think I can answer all those questions with one question of my own. Was the money right?
Well, that's another thing too, because the money was right, and a lot of the movie is made about like how much money he made. Like he made so much money, he had to bury it in his backyard. He had to set up.
Well, that's nothing, man. Ghostface buries buckets of chicken in his backyard. You know, I mean,
yeah. Well,
all kind of things.
That's a little bit different when you're working for the government, anyway. So he made so much money, he had no idea what to do with it. He was literally burying it, setting up all these businesses, setting up all these banks. And it's like, for a guy that makes that much money, why do you keep dipping your hands in that pit? So what motivates you to actually keep trying to make more money, trying to do all this stuff?
Well, it's a case of that he just couldn't get enough, or he didn't know when to say.
Well, yeah, that's what it's suggested, but it's not really like the psychology of it is important, is what I'm trying to say. Like the actual motivation, because the whole movie's based on why is this guy doing this? This guy's doing all these things, but it's like, the answer of why is never actually answered. It's never really addressed. It's like, okay, he keeps doing it, he makes all this money, he keeps working for all these governments. That's fun. It shows his exotic locations. It shows him having sex with his beautiful wife. It shows all these great things. But at the same time, it never provides you with an actual reason or an instance where that he might feel obligated or really compelled or feels in danger. I mean, the movie ends in violence, which is the truth of the situation. But
yeah, Barry Seal was killed by Pablo Escobar's crew, right?
Yes, that's a.
How much is this? Is this a true story?
Yes.
How much is it a true story?
Well, not knowing much about it before, you know what I mean? It looks like it's obviously played up Hollywood style, but like at the end of the day, like he did these things and he died. You know what I mean? So that is what's true. Right, but I'm saying, like, knowing that, what's important is like why. Like, you know what I mean? That should have been the focus, and I think that's what's put off a lot. And what we get is like the joys and the highs of doing all these things. And what's really, you know,
I want to know, like, this movie should answer questions.
Yeah, no, it's a fun movie, and it's like even when he dies, it's like, well, you know, whatever.
Oh, wow, really?
You know what I mean?
Right, but it should have been just a fun movie, though, right?
Tom Cruise like pulls it off because it's Tom Cruise doing that like sly smile, the charisma. You have to have an actor with a lot of charisma, like I do too. you have to have an actor with a lot of charisma to pull off this movie.
Give me a little Born on
You
the
know what I
4th
mean?
of July Tom Cruise in with it too. Like,
That's
let me
one of
know
my
what,
favorite
you know.
movies.
Yeah, no,
Well-
like he. By the way, like, and I agree with you. Tom Cruise is one of my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Like, I legitimately think this guy's a fantastic actor and can do a lot of really good things.
Mhm.
And I think he does fantastic in this movie. My problem is the movie itself. The biggest drama in the movie, the biggest thing that I think should have been like the driving force of it,
Mhm.
is not really addressed. And so, like, I had fun and I really did enjoy this movie.
But it
at the
leaves
same
you-
time, like,
I'd like to see Tom
you
Cruise
know
give
what
us
I mean?
more than fun sometimes. He's
He's done a lot of bad movies.
and by the way, that Tom ass like smirk, that shit-eating grin that he has
Love
sometimes
that
is
shit-eating
employed so well in this, and
Excellent.
it's done better than he has done in what. Like, I watched The Mummy a little while ago, and that was garbage. Like, this is a good Tom Cruise movie, by the way.
I didn't hate.
And
I
he's
didn't hate.
still
I
doing
didn't
great
hate Russell
movies.
Crowe in
He's-
The Mummy.
He hasn't done many good movies in the last
Tom
20
Cruise?
years.
He
Yeah.
did well. He did that
No,
Doug Light movie.
Edge
He
of
directed
Tomorrow.
this. He did Edge of Tomorrow, which I
Yeah.
thought was
I didn't see
fantastic.
Live, Die, Repeat.
You didn't see that?
Edge of
Yeah, I
Tomorrow-
liked Tropic Thunder.
Edge
That
of
was
Tomorrow
Yo, he was
was
incredible in
brilliant.
Tropic Thunder.
You haven't
That was-
seen
oh,
Edge of
yeah.
Tomorrow, though?
No.
Oh man.
Oh,
that's
Edge of
good.
Tomorrow needs
That's-
to be
that's,
seen.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's the
also,
one.
if you don't like Tom Cruise,
I
he
love Tom
dies
Cruise.
so much in that movie.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you
More
like
than
Tom,
once.
and if you like Tom Cruise, he
He
the
dies like
movie's
900
called
times.
Live, Die, Repeat.
Ah.
Yeah, and that was the original. Here's a quick story about with that. That was the original title overseas. They brought it to America. Like, nah, no one's gonna want to see this. We got to give it a really catchy
Edge of
action
Tomorrow.
movie title, Edge of Tomorrow.
PG-13.
And then and everyone was just calling it. No, this movie is like the video. It's like FPS the movie. He just lives, he dies, and you repeat. So they called it. When they released it on DVD. How old am I? On like Blu-ray and
VHS.
streaming and all that stuff. Oh yeah, thank you. When they put it out on beta,
But it came out on Star Channel.
they put it back in the original title in the NA, the North American release. So it was again Live, Die, Repeat. You can find it, and that's exactly what it does, and it delivers so hard.
yeah,
And
that
it's just
movie's
awesome.
legitimately fantastic.
Yes, it is.
This one
I'll
is
see that.
good on a lot of levels, but like I said, to make this a great movie, not just a good one,
Mhm.
I need to go a little deeper.
Well, it's
And
Tom
everything
Cruise,
like
so I'm
that,
sure
so-
they'll answer those in the sequel.
Or the fifth one.
Unless this one makes no money and then we don't
The
see it
fifth one.
anymore, you know what I mean? So
All
yeah,
right,
Tom
so-
Cruise
so-
is
so-
fantastic in this because I mean,
I'm
like
assuming
he's
it's
got all
thumbs
the
up.
money in the world to make a